basically all about angels. So today we are again communicating with Angel Gabriel. Obviously he also represents many, if not all, other angelic figures as well. I've asked him to be like a messenger for whatever they would like to express. So bringing it back to what are angels, I invite you to watch the first video, by the way, to fully understand this, part 1. So basically, angels are streams of light-based energy. They are what we would call unmanifest. They don't have a form, but they take on a form depending on the receiver, or whatever being they're interacting with, depending on what they would receive. So the common misconception is that they have that form of like the classical angel wings, and actually angels are an energy, just like all things are at their base an energy. And especially something that is unformed, it is going to be in energetic form, you know. And this is something that's fairly misunderstood, and it's kind of coming out now at this time period because it is conducive, Gabrielle is saying it is conducive for people to understand this concept now. As I'm continuing, I'm going to keep channeling. I might drop into channeling, I might drop into just telling you what he's saying. But he says it is conducive to the higher awakening that is occurring at this time for people to more fully understand the energetic nature of this universe and their life forms. Currently we have a limited understanding. To understand angels, you want to understand the energetic structures of the universe, at least the framework, which is a whole topic in itself. But when I was preparing for this episode, Gabrielle and other beings are very focused on expressing this. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm assuming he's going to correlate it to angels, because it does. They are inseparable. So I'm just going to listen for a minute and feel. When you begin to understand this universe, you begin to understand that all things are not without light, that everything is a light-based essence in its truest form or essence. Angelic beings are essences that come to you from a place of heavenly harmony, as you would call it, and these beings are here to support and guide you in your life. The energetic structure of the universe is one based in sound and light, because it is vibration, but it is better understood as sound, tones, energies, frequencies. There is a bit of a poor understanding about the vibration relative to people's experience of conceptualizing of that. The words that the beings that I work with use are things like toning, because everybody can understand that there is a harmonious resonance between one tone or another, or there isn't, and that will feel incongruent. So the universe is based in sound and light, and in the initial beginnings of the universe, there was an incredible hum. It is something that will be difficult for people to understand completely, fully, accurately. However, it is a great hum. And what I'm seeing, I get visuals as well as beings describe things to me. So I see the black universe, and then it's like something is gathering in the center of this place or space. And there is this sound, and it is what many people associate with Om. However, it is almost like there is not a direct translation for this initial beginning. Secondary to that was the universe calling and asking for something. Something to hold the structures of universes. This created or manifested, but not in form, beings of light. Other consciousnesses, though they are not separate from that central consciousness that has just begun, yet had always been. Angelic beings are capable of guiding you in your life because they resonate at the frequency harmonics of life itself, the birthplace of life, the foundations. This is why everybody has angels. This is why they contribute to your life so fully and completely. Much like you, they are a thought intention. As I said earlier, they were a calling, an intention. Intention is the driver of an energetic universe. Intention is the speaker for what is unsaid before it begins and formulates words. Like all things that are here, angels are thought structures. They, however, are not manifest in a way where they have a... there's a visual here and some words where they have a complex structure, a layered structure, the same way that we do. You are a layered being. This brings it back to the concept of understanding the energetic universe, which is that it is one and it begins as unity. So even in that central space of darkness, and then a beginning and a calling for assistance to create, to birth, there was no separation. Separation is an illusion of your species. It is an illusion that was intentionally created through the division, the dividing nature of the aspects of the universe that you would call creation. Again, a visual. So let's say that there's this central humming consciousness, God, universe, love, all of these things. It is oneness itself. It begins to vibrate and it begins to call unto itself harmonic energies. These harmonic energies are angelic beings and other creator beings or creative beings. These beings then repeat this process for their role, whatever they are doing to assist that growth. So that means that another layer of beings are essentially called to answering upon that that calling to create, from planet to, I want to create water here, for example. This is the division that is within inside. He's saying this is the division that is within the whole. Remembering that every division also is the whole. So you are the result of many divisions to the point where you have forgotten your natural essence self. That is the nature of many humans here. That is human and third dimensional. However, angelic beings, you could think of them as almost the exact opposite. But because of their place in the universe, because of their place in this energetic structure, that is why they are guided to inform your life, guide your life, and support, and at rare moments intervene in the way that they do. When you want to connect with an angel, understand that you are connecting with yourself. Gabriel is re-highlighting what we talked about last time, that in order to fully receive the assistance from these angelic beings, we need to come into alignment with the awareness that they are an essence within us. And they are a creative force within the universe. Just like every cell in your body, there's a visual of all those little cells just vibrating and singing, and their tones play and as energy streams, the same way that that original cell of God did. Everything is creative. Everything comes from this one source. So everything is within you. So there are many different types of angelic beings, just as much as there are many different types of forms here. All fall under the umbrella of whatever that angelic being or presence's essence is. Whatever call they answered to from the beginning song, whatever part they played. You will notice that a lot of my guides and angelic beings talk about song and melody, harmony, because again, that is the true nature of this universe, is that it is sound, then light, then form. So these beings, they want you to know that they love you deeply, and you are loved not for any particular reason that you succeeded in achieving some sense of worth, something that you would consider worth. They love you simply because you are. Angels can be playful in your experience. They can help you to awaken to your higher light purpose. They can help you to relax when you are stressed. They can help you to experience and understand nature and your own energetic structure. Angelic beings are always with you, waiting to connect. We allow you to unfold as yourself, to have a natural unfolding, but at your request, we will interact with you, engage with you. The more engagement that we receive from you, the more that we can give. This is you giving your free will permission. Many people ask of us or request for us to interact in their life. However, they may have worth concerns. They may run into fear. And if they are not singing the song in their heart, if they are not in harmony within themselves, they may at times have difficulty with communication. But this can be practiced just like any skill. The more in alignment you are with yourself, the more in alignment you will be with angelic beings and all other psychic communications. The important message is to know that you are loved. You are incredibly loved by these beings. There is no separation for them. Recall this division that we mentioned earlier. This means that you are one and the same. This division, I say division, but I don't want you to think that that is a true division, because you must remember that there is a oneness. There's only ever the forgetting, but all is the oneness. Through that process, the same way that we talked about something like the whole universe being born, it is the same exact process for everything, for beings as well. This means that you are devised from angels, just like you are devised from God. And so you must not doubt your ability to interact with that which you are, that which inspires you. There is a visual of, and even an energy within me arising. When they're talking about that which inspires you, they're talking about the fact that these energies can arise within you and can help you to harmonize within yourself. So even something as simple as an energy is an angelic force within your being. it's really quite beautiful. Just listening. So it's funny for me when angelic beings or someone I'm talking with, she's talking to me about me in like third person or whatever. So she says what Becc is saying is accurate, and what Becc is thinking about the musical aspect of these beings is a truth here as well. And by the way, we have switched from Gabrielle to a different angelic being called Sophiel or Sophiel. People have different names for these beings at times. And it becomes difficult to tell when you really entrain with them and there is that oneness factor. And at the end of the day, a lot of these higher beings, we want to know like, who is it, etc. They want us to really understand the oneness thing. So often it's just, I just know that it's love, it's God. Okay, so she's talking about the musical aspect, because I was thinking about this the other day when I woke up and I heard the sound of angelic beings, and sometimes I'll get a feeling and a hearing of, I hear angels singing. And I also experienced that with like crystals and things. It sounds like they're singing. It sounds like the plants are singing. And this is because of the vibratory nature of life itself. This is the beings continuing. And angelic beings are associated with this because they are so closely associated with God and the God force, which is resonating completely without form. And so what's it going to do? It's going to be singing, making a sound. When you align yourself to your creative energies and that which you call music, you may appreciate that angelic beings are with you in those moments at all times. And if you give way to the music within yourself, these beings will run that, aspire to you, and she's talking about running that energy through you, which is really your own energy, but they're assisting you in alleviating any issues with that. So yeah, these beings often are associated with singing because of that, because everything is just singing all 24/7, and we just don't hear it all the time, but you will hear it if you develop your extrasensory or psychic abilities. Just listening. It is important to realize that angelic beings are with you always, even when you have not necessarily called upon them. They are a guide in your life because the higher purposes of your life call for that guidance, and because of your connection, your contribution to this energetic universe, and you are a part of the whole, there is a responsibility for these beings to be with you, and your higher self is given permission for that, because the higher self is aware that these beings are you, and that this is necessary to maintain the growth and harmony of this universe. People have they're saying that people have put them into categories based on their light essences, which is actually based on the tones that they are producing throughout this universe, that which they're producing and resonating at, simply. And these types of angelic beings that they have become in our collective mind are more like a thought form. What angels are is we have to remember that what they are is these essences. Okay, and just like all things, even something that sounds so simple like an essence is a consciousness. It is consciousness because all is. But these angelic beings, they can become thought forms in our mind. What comes to me is, so there's different like layers of, what is it called? Choruses of angels, seraphim, and all these other ones. These are they have come about as a result of human beings desiring to appreciate angels in a different structure, a different way. That's what they're saying now. That's very interesting. But in their base form, there are these essences, and so like the seraphim, I think they're the ones. What are the ones that I keep seeing? The ones that are little, with like little babies with wings and stuff. I think cherubs or something. Right. So it's kind of the result of people wanting to experience children in that way and to have an emblem for innocence. That's one example. Just like the notion of someone like going back to the big ones. I don't know what else to say. Like Michael, and he's like often pictured with this sword and armor and stuff, and this is an emblem for protection, which is a part of his essence. But it is better understood, they're saying, as not protection, but to maintain alignment and safety with your higher power. Because it's like, i.e., then you don't need to be protected, or then you are protected, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I could go into those, but that's not really my role. There's a lot of information out there about different sorts of angels and like what will sort of, I want to say, what will tone at their energy to call them in, like e.g. angel XYZ, you know, get yourself attuned to the color green, for example, that kind of thing, which is true because all essences are harmonized with different expressions, color, tone, form, all of it. I keep just looking down at the selenite crystal because it helps me communicate and stay clear. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it regarding angelic beings. If you have any specific questions in the future, I might look into those and see how we as in angelic beings feel about answering it and stuff. But thank you for watching, and this has been really fun for me. And please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and do the little bell notification thing I think you have to do to actually get notifications if you appreciate this content. And also remember that you can book a session with me, a personal session, at my website, beckluminary.com. We can talk to your angels and spirit guides and whatever you would like. All the info is there.